I wanted to just get your take on this because it's something I know I've struggled with, and I shared this with you when we first met. Is this, and I see so many people struggle with this deep fear of not being enough, not smart enough, not beautiful enough, not successful enough, not enough book sales, not accomplished enough, not, I don't know, you name it, just not enough in some way. And it diminishes ourselves. And when I first met you, you said, what do you do? And I said, oh, I'm an author, but not like you, not a success. And straight away, as you said to me, there is nothing holy in diminishing yourself. You really gave me a slap across the face. I was like, ow, didn't expect that. But it was wonderful. It was a great slap. And, what do you say to those who struggle with that sense of inadequacy and not feeling enough?
Well, it's exactly what I was saying earlier. If your sense of the outer world, those are idols. How smart you are, how many books you've sold. That's what happens. It's the Ten Commandments, and put no gods before me. If you put a god before God, then the idol will crash and you will suffer. If you think that your identity is based on your book sales or based on your body or based on anything of the external world or your external manifestation, you will suffer. Because even if you're winning today, there's somebody's going to be winning the game more tomorrow. And that's exactly the point of shifting to spirit identification. When you shift to spirit identification, I love how in the Course in Miracles it says, all of the children of God are special and none of the children of God are special. You're the faucet, you're not the water. There just happens to be the Spirit of God in you. And that's why I said to you, when you said, not an author like you, it doesn't just put you down, it doesn't just throw you off, it throws me off. Because it's throwing off that's just taking us to a level of conversation that is simply, it's the falsehood, it's the lies of the world, and therein we suffer. So the Course in Miracles says you think you have many different problems, but you really only have one, and that is your separation from God. And that's the answer. When you say struggle, you will struggle until you accept yourself as a child of God who's no better or worse than anybody else. You happen to have the unlimited power of God within you. Nothing to take personal credit for. But for you to diminish that is diminishing God. Mm. Once you know that what is true about you is God, that doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. And whoever you're talking to, they've made mistakes too. But the more we do serious spiritual practice, and it's not an intellectual shift, but the more you pray, the more you meditate, the more you simply don't live in that place. And you are no better and no worse than anyone else. We're all one. That's the real meaning of the real metaphysical meaning of the term, there is only one begotten Son. We're all it. We're all like waves in the same ocean. And there's no place where one wave stops and another starts.
I think that metaphor you used of we are the faucet, not the water. And I heard you use that when we first met. And when we doubt ourselves and when we talk ourselves down, we turn that faucet, or Australians would say that tap off. We can't let that energy flow, that spirit, that grace flow through us, that gift, everything just that allows for synchronicity to occur and everything else that's wonderful and miracles to occur and healing to occur and for us to be the blessing we can for others. And so I just love that idea of how can we, as these spiritual beings having a physical experience, have that faucet open so that we are, whatever's good flows through us and we're not turning it off with all of those little negative, fearful thoughts and anger and all of that stuff that can get in the way of us just being fully who we are.
Through prayer and meditation. It's not intellectual. It's not mental. It's spiritual. You wake up in the morning, and the Course in Miracles says if you spend 5 minutes with the Holy Spirit in the morning, that's enough to guarantee He will be in charge of your thought forms throughout the day. If you're a student of the Course in Miracles, it's the Course in Miracles workbook or transcendental meditation, or there are so many different spiritual practices. But it's not just a share graphic. It's actually praying and actually meditating. It's beyond thinking positive thoughts. And it's a serious humility before God. It's where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? I got a call from a friend this morning. And she had seen, I gave a talk the other day in Los Angeles at University of Southern California, their baccalaureate address. And it's on the internet and people have been watching it. And she said, how do you do it? How do you do it? I said, I keep telling you guys do not believe me. You do not listen to me. You wake up in the morning and you serve God. You make it about God. You want to be the woman God would have you to be God's work. And I keep getting from you guys, oh, yeah, well, that's part of it. That's where most people are stuck. Oh, yeah, I really know that's part of it. No, 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 no. It's not part of it. It's
all of it.
You have that. You are programming, your subconscious mind is programmed for that. So when you align with that, your subconscious, see, we're living in a world where everybody has so many dots, but doesn't know how to connect the dots. And because the dots cannot be creatively connected mentally, but an otherworldly force will connect them. The subconscious mind will connect them. But when you say people struggle with it, yeah, you're going to struggle with it. You can't stop that struggle as long as you think that you are that. If that's the world you relate to. But if you are willing to transition and say, God, use me. Just make me the woman you would have me be. When you do that, you don't have problems like, am I better or I'm worse? Because on any given day, you might be better. On any given day, you might be worse. You might have gotten it right today. You might have gotten it wrong today. You might have gotten it right today. You might have gotten, let's lighten up about the whole thing. You're just not tortured by that stuff.
Yeah, you just are.
You are. And also because you're only geared to be in relationship with the person in front of you. There's nothing else going on. So your mind isn't available for the ego's clutches, for that inner pharaoh. Satan, get thee behind me. That's what that means. Like those thoughts, just get out of my head. And when you get, in that sense, religious about it, not religious as in organized religion or dogma or doctrine or institutional religion, but it's more than just lightweight, gauzy, like...
Namaste.
Yeah. It's deeper than that. It's like, I give my life. May I be of use. Dear God, take my neuroses, take my pathologies, take my fears, and may I be the woman that you would have me be today. And that's when the stuff starts flowing. And that love that flows, miracles occur naturally as expressions of that love. See, what you have going for you, Margie, is your spirit is so bright and that I can see where you torture yourself a little bit with your head. But for other people, the spirit's so bright, nobody could even understand. Why would you do that?
Yeah. Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
See, with you, and even that, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's kind of the problem. This is not something you can do.
Okay.
That's kind of what I mean.
I'm offering it up.
How about changing the language to, in this moment, I'm putting this in God's hands, and I'm sure He will remind me of the beauty that is already within me. Can you even bring yourself to consider that?
I absolutely can. I really can. I feel like actually that's how I handed up my eating disorder many years ago. It was like, God, by the grace of God, help me get through this. I can't do this alone. So I'm going to offer all that up, Marianne. I think that's a beautiful note for us to finish on. Thank you for another little quick slap in the face in the most loving way possible. And I have no doubt everyone who will listen to what you've had to say will be touched and moved and uplifted by you. So thank you for your gift and service.
Thank you. I am touched and moved and uplifted by you, Margie. Your light is so bright and is so obvious to everyone, and I look forward to the day when it's as obvious to you as it is to the rest of us.
Thank you.
Much love to you. Thank you.
I'll see you. I'll let you know when I'm in New York next.
Please do. Come stay with me if you'd like.
Oh, thank you. All right. Take care.
Bye.
See you, Marianne.